Olá pessoal, seja muito bem-vindo ao nosso podcast Eu na Indústria, num cenário um pouco diferente hoje. Nós estamos na FEMEC em São Paulo, estamos gravando daqui uma série de lives que vocês acreditam que vão gostar bastante. E como sempre, estamos trazendo pessoas de várias áreas diferentes, vários segmentos diferentes. E dessa vez estamos com um podcast internacional, onde nós estamos com a oportunidade de trazer uma pessoa da Alemanha, né? Então a gente está com o Manuel, que na verdade é brasileiro, que está aqui com a gente. O Cláudio, que é brasileiro também, já teve a oportunidade de estar com a gente. E a Christina, que está aqui, que ela é da Alemanha, um país que vocês já sabem que a gente tem um carinho bem grande com esse país. E hoje, né, nós vamos conversar um pouco em inglês com ela aqui, mas a gente vai colocar a legenda também, porque todos vão poder participar, verificar, entender de fato o que está acontecendo e deixar os comentários aqui, perguntas, para a gente responder depois. Welcome to our podcast. It's a pleasure for us having you all here. And first, I would like each one tell about yourself, your name, what you do, and what are you doing here in this mess today, okay?
Sure. Ladies first.
First.
I was afraid that I'm the first. Okay, first. So thank you for the invitation and nice to be here. So my name is Christina Kleinpaβ. I'm the project manager of the world-leading trade show Schweiß und Schneiden. It's the show regarding welding, cutting and surfacing. I'm organizing this show since 30 years now.
30?
30.
Wow.
Because nice. I'm no longer 20. So 30 years, and I am with Messe Essen since 1986. So it's a long time. And the reason why I'm here, because it's great to be in Brazil and to learn more about the Brazilian market and to have a look at this show. And it's nice to meet Manuel. He helps me a lot before the show starts. And I had my trip to here. So it's great being here. Interesting.
By my side, actually, my name is Manuel. I'm responsible for international sales, international actions at FEMEC, and other shows from Informa, but mainly FEMEC. So my main role is to have contacts with the main shows around the world. So Schweiß und Schneiden is a highlight for our welding sector for sure. I had the opportunity to be there last year as exhibitors, but several other shows like Hanover Messe you mentioned, I was there last year. I'm TS in USA, EMO in Hanover also. Mm-hmm. This year I will go first time to Beijing Essen welding show. That's also from SES in China. So my main role is really to connect the world and try to bring them over. So that's my action inside Informa. And I'm at the show because I have to be here, I have to work, right? And deliver all the stuff I made the whole year, sales, contacts, so receive nice people from abroad. So that's my action here. I have to try to support everybody that I gave me a word that will be a good show and hope they enjoy it.
Okay.
And do you know what the best is?
What is it?
You are in trouble and I'm relaxed.
Yeah. But when I was in Schweiß und Schneiden, you were in trouble. I was relaxed.
Course. We haven't met.
Each time one has his problem, but this is my turn. So
Ups and downs, like life.
that's life.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, my name is Cláudio Goldbach. I'm an advisor for companies and also podcaster. So I host the podcast Botec 4.0, Pub 4.0. It's about the hidden side of the Industry 4.0, because the Industry 4.0, when it is showcased, seems very nice, but in reality is a challenge. It's a huge challenge. So I talk about that. I invite people to talk about that in this podcast. And also, I'm also a very good fan and friend of the Manutenção em Ação and Eu na Indústria. That's why I'm here in this table talking about the relationship. I think we are going to talk about the relationship between Brazil and Germany and all the pros and cons of this relationship that, by the way, celebrates 200 years of this relationship exactly this year. 200 years ago, the first Germans came to Brazil.
Okay.
So we are celebrating this 200th century very good friendship.
So happy birthday.
Yep. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy
So
anniversary.
it's giving a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good. So, Christine, first, what kind of mess do you usually work like to make like a contact with our people? Our people are from industries, but it's only industries, but you work as well with different areas in the world.
Yes, we do. So we have subsidiary shows in India and in China. We had a subsidiary show in Russia. It's a long time ago. So I think we started in Russia in 2008. It was called Russia Essen Welding and Cutting Show. But it was a success. But at the end, the competitive shows in Russia were too strong, so that we stopped our business in Russia. Long time before the war was. So Russia was no longer an option, and we did it in a similar way we are looking for. So we had a group from German exhibitors in Russia, but on another show, not on our own, but on another show which is called Weldex. Mm-hmm. The show in China, Beijing as a Welding and Cutting Show, is our own show. We have a very strong partner in China, which is called Chinese Mechanical Engineering Society. So the short version, CMES.
For how long have you been having this fair in China?
Since 86.
86.
Since 86.
Wow.
Every year.
It's a long run.
It's a long, and it's our sole agent for China, and they also organize big Chinese groups to the Essen Welding Show in Germany. Many Chinese exhibitors have an interest in taking part, so we need to look after it, that it is not too much.
Yes, and it's a long time, as we Cláudio said. What is the difference between these events 30 years ago and right now, for example?
So I haven't seen them 30 years ago. When I started with Messe Essen, I had completely different shows. I started with the welding section, or with Schweißen und Schneiden, in 94. So my first show of Schweißen und Schneiden was 97. And the 7 years before, I was the organizer of other shows, consumer shows. So something completely different. And then my first son was born, and when I went back to work, then I started with the Schweißen und Schneiden show. And later on, the MedPack, which is a trade show for metal packaging industry. Yes.
And a lot of countries, different people, different cultures.
Yeah.
And how to deal with that, the different people, different mindset. Each event you're going to organize differently to any kind of people. So.
It's difficult and also very interesting, sometimes completely funny. And it's funny in a way. It's a kind of profession fun. Let me describe it in
That's
this
my
way.
job, like my job.
I can't explain it so good in English because it is very emotional in a way. It gives you a lot. You learn a lot about different countries' lifestyle, profession, and how professional is a company or a partner or another organization. And a word in Germany is not the same in China, probably not the same in Brazil or in Switzerland or wherever. And this is so interesting, and this makes it so special to organize shows abroad.
Don't you think that this is a kind of personality that really enjoys this kind?
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Because I think you hire a lot of people, right? So you need to pick the right people to do this kind of job, right?
Yeah, and you need to be open for the difference. You need to be open. And it's so funny, nobody speaks English here in Brazil, or it is hard for me to grab a taxi yesterday, for example. But this is what it makes so special, and honestly, I like it. It's me, meeting people, connecting people, that's me.
Yeah. Many Brazilians are kind of ashamed of not speaking English, right? But there is a big difference between, for instance, Germany and Brazil. And one of the differences is the size of the country. So if you travel here 2,000 kilometers, you're still in Brazil. 4,000 kilometers, you are still in Brazil.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
same people, same language. So the reason to learn English is not as big as in Europe.
Yeah.
Because if you travel 200 kilometers, you will cross 2 or 3 countries.
Oh, not really. So the longest motorway is more than 1,000 kilometers from the north to
No,
the south.
Germany, yes, but if you go through Luxembourg and
Yeah,
then
of course, yeah.
Belgium,
From your place, if you drive west, in 200 kilometers, you cross 3 countries, right?
Yeah,
Belgium
yeah.
and
When I
Holland.
travel west, I need only 35 minutes, then I'm in the Netherlands.
You see?
Yes.
And again, 35 minutes, I'm in Belgium.
You see?
And later on, another 1.5 hour, I'm in France.
This is interesting also.
And the other way around, it takes a bit longer.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
because
So
Germany-
to the
yeah.
east, it's a bit longer, and to
Yeah.
the north as well.
No,
6
the-
hours by car to Denmark.
this is actually interesting that you're saying. Actually, I'm from Switzerland. I'm born in Switzerland. I live in Brazil like 30 years already.
Okay.
No, 30 years. I came with 10 years. But that's really interesting. Like you're saying, this is going to other country. But inside Switzerland, the city I live, this Wolfville, it's a German part. We have business in Moutier. It's the Jura region. It's 45 minutes by car. 45 minutes inside Switzerland.
Yeah.
I go out from, I speak Swiss German. It's not even German, it's Swiss
Yeah, yeah.
German.
It's very special.
Then 45 minutes, I arrive in a place I can't speak anything. It's French, Jura.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's 45 minutes inside the same country.
Like Lausanne,
Like
yeah.
that's what you say. The
Yeah.
challenge is to travel around there from the language is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
And
great.
Switzerland it's smaller than Germany.
Yeah.
3 different languages.
four,
or
actually.
or
Romanian.
five. There is a special.
No,
No, it's 4, yeah.
I think it's 4. It's Italian,
Officially, it's 4.
German, French,
French.
and Romanish.
Yes.
Romanish.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And
So-
besides, also in Europe,
Yeah.
Germany,
yeah.
the other languages are even crazy. Like if your main stations in Berlin or
Yeah.
most that you hear, it's not German anymore.
Yeah.
Are foreign language from Asia, from it's crazy. It's,
In
the
Berlin-
mix there is like you say, the mix is crazy.
Yeah, I think in Berlin they should take the October 3rd
Yeah.
as the day that they should try to speak German. That's my second joke about
Yeah,
German.
yeah.
Why October 3rd?
Because it's the reunification day,
Ah, no, I don't
October the 3rd.
It was the birthday of my mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm from 4th of October.
From 4th.
Yeah.
know. No. Listening and learning.
Yes. Yeah.
Living and
That's
learning.
great. Living and learning. Good and
Yeah.
bad.
Yes, but I think Brazil is a big country. But last year I had opportunity to be in Germany for 2 times, and I always set my bar so high about my English as well. For example, I need to speak the best way. Everyone needs to understand me. My pronunciation needs to be the best one. And something that I learned in Germany that people over there, at least the people where we were working, every time they stopped and okay, I wanted to listen to what you have to say. It depends on if you're gonna take like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to say. And for me, it was a big learning, because sometimes, for example, we go to London, maybe United States, and the people sometimes are not able to listen to us, you know. And in Germany, it was amazing for me, at least, because I got more confidence in talking and not be judged because of this, you know. Because really in Brazil, less than 5% of people speak English in Brazil.
Yeah.
So I think it's nothing to be ashamed, because Brazil is such a big country. But that we listen, it's a kind of respect.
It's a respect. Yeah.
It is respect.
Okay.
I look in your eyes when you are talking to me. I close my mouth when you are talking, and I grab all my questions in my brain, and then later on, and you are doing the same. It's absolutely something which has to do with respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I have no mobile in my hand, so today I talked to an Indian guy in the booth, and I asked him, what are you doing exactly, because I'm as well looking for exhibitors for my show in Germany. he didn't stop looking at his mobile, and it was a signal that he definitely was not interested in talking to me, so I left the booth.
Yes.
This is a big difference too, because the usage of mobile phones in Brazil and in India are way higher than in Germany,
Yeah.
right? So the people, it's like part of the Brazilian body, right? In other hand, in Germany, it's something that you grab sometimes, a few times per day.
Yeah.
And then you reply the message the time you want, right? And here you need to reply as like in seconds. Otherwise,
Of course, yeah.
they will complain.
Of course.
So it's just a
correct.
difference. It's not a better or worse.
Yeah.
It's just a question of difference.
Yesterday, when I was sitting in a restaurant, I was sitting there by my own, of
Yeah.
course, because I'm traveling alone, and there was a couple beside me. Both were looking in their mobile.
That's a lot.
I was reading a book.
Yeah.
I have the mobile with me more or less all the time, but I was reading a book. And when we eat at home, my son likes his mobile when we are eating, and I always tell him, put it away, we are eating now.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I don't want to do that. Sometimes we are sitting in a restaurant together, and everybody is looking in his mobile, except me. I'm sitting there with my family, and I want to talk to my family,
Yeah,
Yes.
and they are looking in their mobile.
that's happening.
Pest
Also,
and cholera.
yeah. No, but that's what you said. You mentioned about the respect of people. There's something I always see. I don't know if you're aware, but in Switzerland, Germany, the same. If you go, for example, take a pros, it's normal that you look in the eyes, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Here, you don't do it. It's like you go.
But it's just different.
Yeah, it's
like
different, but like he said, the respect of stop and look at that, it's something different. Not that it's better or worse.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like he said, the experience of a reflection of with
Yes.
you, they take attention of you.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. Not it's better or worse or that, but like this experience he had is really important for her to know that Brazil is different.
exactly.
Here you don't have this respect in this way that you stop and each one have to look in his eye.
Yes.
And here's like, cheers, everybody looking down.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that looking at the eye is not a. You are not showing the respect. I mean, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not- the point is, this is not a question of our respectfulness, right? Looking at the eyes. This is something that we don't count as respect.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to learn it
Yeah, exactly.
from childhood on.
I know.
It's not so easy.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
right.
So don't take don't take it personally
Yeah.
if someone doesn't
No.
look at you, right?
Wow. So I learned it from my parents, and I'm proud about it. But I know people who are really shy are unable to look in the face or in the eyes when you are talking. They look a bit
Yeah,
beside your eyes.
Yeah.
Out your mouth sometimes.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we visited together Germany last year. Cláudio had traveled to Germany abroad a lot of time. And you have ever hired Brazilian people? And if yes, what is the difference you think about a Brazilian and, for example, a German employee, for example?
I'm not sure if I understood the question right.
Maybe try to rephrase it, right? If you have you ever hired a Brazilian?
At your company.
Being my colleague.
It's not to work with you
to
or
work
for
with
you.
me, no, we never did it. So we are really international at Messe Essen.
Chinese.
We have
Leo.
one Chinese guy.
Leo.
We have one from Russia. 2 or 3 Turkish people. Polish. And the rest is more or less German, but we have some experts in languages. So I have a colleague, she is Turkish, and she speaks fluent German, Turkish, and Spanish. I have another, she's from Croatia. She speaks Croatian, and she's nearly a native speaker in English because she lived several years in Canada. She speaks French, Spanish, and Italian. And I have another colleague, she's also called Christina, and she's also multilingual. They are really talented. So I speak German and English.
No, but the question I think he has, do you see difference between
Of course.
each one? That
Yeah.
the country you don't have the privilege to work with Brazilians, but in this size, I think is each country.
Yeah, there are differences. Of course, yeah. If you realize
Now,
when
what
they,
he's saying, you have to hire Brazilian. That is it.
we need to do that. Okay.
Yeah, but
Would be a challenge.
no, it's not a challenge. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity because the way we face challenges. Because let me explain, the life is being hard here in Brazil forever since we have been discovered, right? So we need to adapt very fast. We cannot plan, right? We need to adapt to the change because it's changing all the time.
Yeah.
So we are very flexible. That's the way we play soccer. We play football, right?
Yeah.
Full of tricks, and we do. So it was a pity to lose to Germany in 2014 because it was the turning point when the tactics beat the creativity.
Yeah.
So being very precise was more important than being creative.
Okay.
So it was the very first time that this happened. So for the football means that if you practice more, you can beat those who are creative, right? But this is just an example, right? So in the professional and the companies, what we bring to the table is this flexibility, this creativity. So we face a challenge, we adapt very fast.
Yeah.
We are not good in planning because they never plan.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So of course I'm being very generalistic, right? But in the end, that's the main difference I see between the Germans and the Brazilians. So the best team is to put both together because one brings the planning
Yeah.
and the other brings the creativity, the adaptability.
And you think it will match
Sure.
because it's so different cultures coming together. I think it's hard for both sides to learn more about the other person and what is a good idea, what is a bad idea, what is it in English? I have no idea. Forget it. I don't know to translate what I'm thinking about, but this is what I mean, that it is a challenge. It's not negative. It's not a negative meaning from my side.
Got it.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
But it is a challenge. The different thinkings and everything. So I know, and that's what I learned over the years from different countries. The Germans are the ones who are planning. We are always right on time. And when we give you our word, it has a meaning. It's more or less like a contract. These are the Germans.
But you have Deutsche Bahn nowadays.
Oh, forget it. Forget Deutsche Bahn.
So just to explain to the audience, we have
it's a bad side from Germany.
Let me speak
Deutsche
in
Bahn.
Portuguese.
Deutsche Bahn.
Deutsche Bahn.
Deutsche Bahn é a companhia de trens na Alemanha e eles eram famosos por serem bastante pontuais. E nos últimos 15 anos, a Deutsche Bahn está indo muito mal, chegando ao ponto de, há poucos meses, a companhia suíça de transporte ferroviário dizer que não aceitaria mais os trens alemães entrando na rede ferroviária suíça porque eles prejudicavam o tráfego de trens na Suíça. I was explaining that the Swiss Bahn, they said no more Deutsche Bahn there because they are disrupting the Swiss chain, right? It was a few months ago, so it was a big shame for Deutsche Bahn.
Yeah, shall I tell you what? I visited the Blech show in Wels. Not in Wels, in Bern, in Switzerland. And I was going by train.
What's a Blech show? You said Blech show?
It's a...
Blech.
Blech, it's a metal fabrication.
Okay.
Like Euroblech, you know.
Corte com formação.
Okay, corte com formação.
Yeah. So, and I was supposed to go by train. No train at this day. And I need to go by car.
Okay.
For the flexibility, you know. So I took the car and I had 7 hours drive, I think. When I entered Switzerland, everybody was very strict with the
the line. To custom.
With the
Sorry?
Geschwindigkeit.
With velocidade.
Speed limit.
Speed limit, yeah. Thank you. And I was thinking, what is going on here? They are all so slow. And okay, then I realized more or less the countryside. At least in Germany, nobody takes care of the speed limit because we are the planners and we are always strict and always very correct. But in Switzerland, everybody is
even
really
stricter.
very strict in the speed limit.
That I can say. Switzerland is too strict. Germany is strict. Switzerland is too strict.
It's too much.
It's unbelievable.
No, it's too strict. That's why you say SPB, the Swiss band.
Yeah.
Certainly it has a lot of it, but it's really strict. It's too, but also it's another smaller, has a lot of money.
It's easier to manage the Swiss band, right?
No, it's also smaller and with a lot of money. Switzerland has a lot of money to invest because of all the...
Yeah. We don't need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Very complicated.
I saw a poster on the
Switzerland
airport. We know banking.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
We know banking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know banking.
It's
No,
what
and it's
Switzerland
even-
is.
Period. You know.
and it's even a joke Einstein made once, and the Swiss said, Einstein said, if an atomic bomb drops in Europe and we go to Switzerland, the impact will come just 10 years later,
Yeah.
because it's so protected.
Yeah.
Certainly has a lot of issues still that.
Why so? Why so?
You know why? But you know why? That's quick history also. Switzerland was made for that. Switzerland was formed after the Vienna Congress for Napoleon. Put everything down. There was no space in Europe
Yeah.
to put your money.
Yeah.
They come together in 1814 and they made Switzerland, more or less. They said we make that's why several like, but in the middle of the four big empires of the Europe, Germany,
Really?
Italy, Austria, and French, and they made Switzerland for that, to put your money.
Yeah.
It's done for that.
Okay.
That's why it's there in the middle, and there are four languages, and nobody has a Swiss in that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was formed
After Napoleon Bonaparte.
in 1814, Congress de Vienna.
Congress in Vienna.
Yeah.
You've seen us. That was more or less my university letter. Was about neutrality for Switzerland inside the European
Euro.
Union. How it works, because it's a unique country that's still neutral in the middle of the craziness of the world.
Yep.
It's freedom.
I always say that if you want to understand the history, just follow the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
All right?
So it's your second time in Brazil, and what in Brazil take your attention? What you have seen here, and then you think that it's amazing Brazil?
So in the past, when I've been here, I visited Rio de Janeiro and Aracaju.
Wow.
And I've been here with my accordion orchestra. I'm a musician, and I'm
accordion.
yes, and accordion orchestra. And I'm playing the accordion since 55 years now. And it was a benefits journey. And wherever we had a concert, the incoming was for a missionary station in Aracaju from an Austrian priest. And today in the opening ceremony, I had so many memories since I'm here. So today in the morning, the pineapple, oh, it was so delicious. And is it the hymn? What is it in English? The special national hymn. Yeah, we played it all the time. The German one, the Brazilian one, and the Austrian one when we were here.
Ah, okay.
Because it was for this Austrian priest and his special station. And it
So
was,
when you hear the anthem, it's like brought you memories.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see the sense, you know?
It was so interesting. So when we had a concert, it was scheduled for 8 o'clock in the evening. Nobody was there. This will never happen in Germany, never, because we are always right on time. So we started 2 hours
Deutsche
later,
Bahn, you know,
probably
That's
2.5 hours later.
and if you make a party,
Stop
they
talking
arrive.
about Deutsche
know.
Bahn.
At party, they arrive.
Another thing that is different in Germany is that you have a time for starting the party and you have a time to finish the party.
Of course you have.
We
Of
don't
course
have,
you have. Yeah.
Of
yeah,
course you have.
You can't finish a party.
Yeah.
we never have
This is typical Germany.
I know. So
You
here,
have a time to begin. It begins like 2 hours later.
and then it never ends.
So, and when the party is at its best, you have to finish.
Yeah, that's it.
That's German.
That's it.
So
a bit ashamed.
no food at all.
You have to come more to Brazil. Now she will come each year. 2
Nobody
hours
is,
show.
I think the reason is nobody is flexible enough. This is the problem. So we have strict regulations regarding our work hours, not more than 10 hours. In special professions, you have probably 12 hours or 24 hours. It's very special and a very special working contract. But at least we have 10 hours. So also the security guys and the cleaning people and all, they have to stay there to take care about the restrooms and that nobody walks through the show in regions where they don't need to go during a stand party. And I think this is the reason why we have a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is really very expensive.
Yeah.
That's good.
This makes sense.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
What's the situation of the availability of manpower in Germany nowadays? Because I learned two words in German. Wir suchen. Wir suchen.
Yes,
So,
wir suchen.
yeah, wir suchen.
Yeah,
So,
we are looking for, and I learned that it is the same in Brazil.
yeah, but the difference is that you have these words all in all places in Germany nowadays, every single place.
Yeah.
So once a lot of Brazilians are not aware of this lack of manpower in Germany, I would like that you elaborate a little bit about this situation that you guys are facing nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's not only in Germany; it's
Yeah,
worldwide.
Europe. No, Europe.
I think there is a break. So people like my age, your age, we love to work. We are doing something and we have a target. We want to create something. We want to do
It's
something.
fun.
And it's fun in a way, of course.
fun.
You earn money, so your life is more or less safe, but it's also fun, more or less.
No, it's fun.
The next generation, they have no interest in work. They want to earn money, but they think, okay, if I have a very good education and now I'm an engineer and now I can earn a lot of money. Honestly, they have no idea about what they are talking. They have no experience. They need to go 15 years on a field
To learn something.
to learn something.
Yeah.
And when they come back, they are engineers, and then they can earn money. And I think this is the reason. In Germany, I don't understand why it is in this way, but everybody has to have the highest education from school. Later on, you need to visit the university. This is the reason why women becoming older and older before they get their first child.
If they get to.
If they get a first child. So I was 29 with my first child and 38, which was really very late with my second, but it has other reasons. So my niece is now 34, I think, and she has given birth in February for her first child. She had the highest education, university with a bachelor, and then again university with master, and then I think she worked 1 year, 2 years, and now she got pregnant and has her first child. I think this is the reason. And Germans want to work no longer than 4 days a week. It doesn't work. And they want to earn the same money, but they even work 4 days. How should this work?
Don't you think that this generation has taken Germany for granted? Like everything has been working, therefore I don't need to, I don't have any, I'm not afraid.
Sometimes I think so.
Because I feel that.
Yeah, sometimes I think so.
Because I never had any problem. Therefore, it's like
yeah.
everything is stable and works and period.
Yeah, so many people think Germany is the heaven on earth, Germany.
No,
it
it's not.
isn't. It isn't.
Mainly during the winter. It's not.
No, it's not. Of course it's not. Okay, if you have several places, if you have ever been in India, you can be really proud living in Germany. It's a good life in Germany. But at the end, it's not granted.
No.
In Brazil, we are having some cases in Brazil that some, how can I say, some people are leaving the university and taking their parents to a job interview in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, come to me, I need to do a job interview. and the parents are going to them with them.
I've never heard about it. Really?
Yes, it's something
Bringing
that
the parents to the job interview.
yes,
How-
the job interview.
They bring them.
Yes, it's happening in Brazil, and a lot of people on social media in Brazil are spreading this information because the people don't want like to go to the job interview on their own
By themselves.
by themselves. Okay, it's like, for example, I just graduated. Okay, Daddy, let's go with me to a job interview because I'm afraid, for example. And I saw some RG girl telling that she could see the best, how can I say, background of the guy, but he wasn't able to talk to someone, you know, like he arrived over there with the parents, you know. And I don't know, maybe people are living inside homes, not going outside. Yes,
Yeah.
Always
only use the internet and not have this contact with people. And I think sometimes they are afraid to talk to people as well. You know?
So
But
this
that's
is a
happening lot.
no-go
If
in
they- if
Germany.
They see the new generation.
It's absolutely a no-go in Germany. Nobody will have a job interview with the parents. Nobody. Never.
Yeah, really.
But I think this can come because what you said about the cell phone, the connection to cell phone in Brazil, it's crazy. So you have more virtual friends. This is actually a normal thing around the world,
Yeah.
I think. But in Brazil, like you said, the connection, it's crazy.
It's
So
unbelievable.
people don't stay at home.
I'm gonna say
Like I said,
it's happening with my friend.
I think this is a very extreme, right? But
Yes,
it shows
yes.
a new trend. Right?
Yes,
that can
exactly.
happen and it's dangerous.
It's happening with my friend. He was hiring a nanny to his
Child.
yes, and they went to the interview with his father. Oh, I'm here, you know, because I could see like you how can I say, you posted the job, but I'm bringing my father to help me and talk to you as well. You know?
So when my younger son finished his apprenticeship, he's an electrician. He was looking for a job, and he had an interest in working by Trumpf. Or Trumpf was his main wish. Let's say the wish.
Yes.
And then I said to him, okay, if you're interested in the cutting industry, try it with several other companies. And then he found an advertisement for a job with Microstep. And I have a very good connection to Microstep in Bad Wörishofen in Bavaria, Germany. But this job was in Dorsten, very close to my hometown. Nobody knows the name Kleinpaß. I'm really very famous in the industry because everybody knows my name.
Yep.
But nobody knows my name in Dorsten. And he had this job interview, so he sent his documents. The day later, he got a phone call, and the day after the day, he had an interview, and he got this job. During the show, Schweiß und Schneiden, they realized who I am and who he is. So he did it completely on his own. And this makes me really proud.
Yeah, indeed.
And
Sure.
we separated completely. So I learned a lot about the company now, so I have very interesting information, but it's only for me. And I will never use it against the company, never. It's so
Yeah,
I have a completely different workflow with this company, and I will stay there next week for 3 days.
This is actually something, just sorry, but this you see, I go a lot of Switzerland each year. Like this year, I go 3 times. So I stay in my city, has 2,000 inhabitants, very small one, countryside. And you see that it's different, like you put your child in the world, like in Brazil. Here you protect too much.
Yeah.
The guys who have money.
Yeah.
My father always say, Brazil is the money is important everywhere, but in Brazil it's the most important.
Why?
Because education. Because in Germany or Switzerland, you put in a good school, you pay a lot of taxes. So money is important, certainly. But everything, it's more or less equal to everybody.
Yeah, you have this.
You have to be good.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and your parents don't protect you so much.
Yeah.
Put you in the front and go, here you know how it is. The money, you put best education. I also certainly give the best to my child, but it's different how you face the world. With 14 years old in Switzerland, you begin to make lehr. You begin to work with 14 years.
You can do so in Germany as
yeah,
well.
but in Brazil, in Switzerland, it's more or less imposed. Like not certainly it's increasing universities, But at 14, you already have to begin, and with 18, you're more or less independent monetarily. When you will be independent in Brazil if you are from this high stand? With 25, 30?
75 perhaps.
75,
Yeah.
Brazil, it's really different. The
Yeah.
money here, it's really important to put you in a good education. In Switzerland, I'm speaking more from Switzerland, I don't know Germany. The state gives you more of this. It's more equal.
Yeah.
But also
That's why
there is a cultural thing here because we are way more Latins. Brazilians are way more Latins.
My
Italians.
mother's from Venezuela, so I
Yes.
know that I'm from both sides, like
Yeah.
you said.
And then you have this protection, like in Italy, they
The
joke about
family,
that, right? Because the Italians stay with their mom until they are 80s.
It's a Latino. We're not speaking good, but we go outside, we can't travel anymore. No to Italy, no to...
No. It's
No
just,
Deutsche Bahn, you will take Deutsche Bahn again. You will have a bypass, you go to... No.
no, it's just, I mean, I think we are just chatting about the realities
That's
that we
true.
are facing.
Yeah.
It's not good or bad or
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's just the realities that we are facing.
Yeah.
I like to see
Yeah.
that.
So problems you struggle with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's something also very international. Every country has special things where you struggle with.
But don't you think in this way, Brazil has now a very good window of opportunity? Let me explain why. We do have energy, we do have natural resources, we do have manpower, and we do have this good relationship with many countries,
Yeah.
right? Don't you think that this is a good moment for Brazil?
Of course it is. But I learned a few minutes ago from the president of the Brazilian Welding Association that Brazil has also problems with employees and youngsters. To find young people who have an interest, maybe that it is especially for the welding area or for the welding sector, to find workers and people who are interested in becoming a welder, a simple welder, not an engineer, a worker, you know?
Yeah, I think this is a question of the extra, how sexy is the industry. So the industry is not sexy anymore.
It's dirty.
It's dirty.
But if you
It's
are
noisy.
good, yes, it's noisy and dirty, but if you are good in what you are doing, you can earn a lot of money. In Germany, for example. I know
Here
that.
too.
So
But in
a
other-
good welder, it's a rich person, definitely.
Yeah, but the question is the value for money changes in generations. Nowadays, the new generation prefers more, I would say, pleasure than hard work. Right? So I earn less, but I have more pleasure. It's okay for me. So I don't wish to buy a BMW, for instance.
Yeah.
This is a problem for BMW. Because less people want to have that luxury car nowadays, therefore is a problem for them, right? Because it's reducing the customer base, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they will have more options to work. You know, for example, today you can edit videos from your home. You can I don't know, create a channel, for example, and as
Yeah.
they have sometimes it's sexier than industry, as Cláudio said.
And you don't have to go out.
You don't have to go out. You know, you can stay, do everything on. I was 2 weeks ago talking to a guy that, man, I know some guys, you know, young guys that they can create videos that can value a lot of money, 20,000 reais, using a cell phone. You know, it's difficult to teach them to use the computer because some of them, like in Brazil, we had many years ago. Computer schools when you go there to learn how to use
Excel, Word.
And today it looks like some people 18s are going back to the schools because they know how to use this cell phone
I
a lot.
see.
Word.
I see.
But
So
not the
they don't
computer.
know how to use the keyboard.
Yes, the keyboard.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
10 finger typewriter.
Yes. And
That's also the first I learned when
Yes.
I was young.
I think
Me too.
it's been crazy because, okay, if I can I don't need a lot of money and I can do some job from my home, and sometimes I'm gonna live with my parents until my
80s.
80s, like Italians.
Or don't do that.
Not just Italian.
Let's get it.
Latinish, then you have probably the half of the word.
Yes. So it's something that, for me, it's interesting to see that it happens some way in Germany because in Germany it's happening a lot, I have some cases in my home, and it's totally different. I have 3 brothers, totally different ages, and I can see like how different is our way to live the life, and to see the perspective of the future,
Yeah.
How old are they?
30, 31, 24, me, 35.
35, 31?
31, 25, and 21.
Yeah.
So you're the older brother.
You're the older one.
I'm the older one.
So
it's
when
totally different.
when I see my boys at home using the cell phone and also the computer, I'm completely lost. So I am 60 now. I'm too old. Honestly, I'm too old.
No, you're not.
No.
So I can use
No,
the computer
I mean, you are
quite
here,
well.
you are
yeah.
talking to people, you are learning, you are open to new experiences.
Yeah.
And
Teaching a lot
Teaching
as well.
and
Yeah, okay, but I'm too stupid to use the cell phone.
No.
No
You
connection to
don't
the
need it
internet.
anymore.
Lost in the park.
Because that's something also they say. But in my work, going back to my work, actually my cell phone is beeping here like crazy. Because I'm actually, if it wasn't the cell phone, I have 200 clients here, for example.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the cell phone, I would have 50.
yeah.
Because today, you can contact me anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
The best, you have to go to his booth, or he has to find you somewhere
Yes.
inside the
Yeah.
exhibition. So also, like you say, certain technology has its challenges, new quality. But if you use it, it's really good because I can be really much more productive with the cell phone.
Yeah.
You
And
have
also
to
can
take
destroy
care.
your life, right?
It can
Yes.
destroy your life, but that's why the balance is really big. But I have also issues with cell phone at my home. My wife says, you don't go away from cell phone. You never stop working because I work with Chinese, with Indians, with Germans.
24
Yeah.
So
hours.
24 hours.
24 hours,
I'm
Yeah.
sleeping now 3 in the morning, Indian calling me because there's an issue in the booth.
Yeah.
So, and more or less I have to be aware of it. I have to take it a little bit slower. After the show I will take it slower.
Yeah,
But
But
it's also-
it's
yeah.
like if you use it positively, you can increase quickly your career. And that stop a little bit, not so, because it's not
Yeah.
sanity, it's not good.
Yeah, but it's also very dangerous.
That I'm
because
saying.
You lose your private life.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it.
So some of my clients.
I have to
Yeah.
make my jump to
Yeah,
big-
yeah. Some of my clients have my private cell phone number because my cell phone from work doesn't work abroad. I have really problems here, and I learned today that it's too old to connect with your Wi-Fi, your free Wi-Fi. I have no internet here at the booth. I need to take my
We will try
private
to
cell
help.
phone.
I can help you.
And this is some.
Here's the guy.
Yeah, I have learned that it is not the right. Don't ask. So it is used with 5G, and my mobile is unable
Okay.
for 5G.
I think it's not okay.
Whatever. Anyway, this is really also dangerous. So I have
No.
some clients. They have my private cell phone number because they are very special, but you can't share it with all the people.
You see here, we find a very big difference. She has a private phone.
I don't
and
have anyone.
Nobody has
But
this.
no,
We
it's
use
really
this.
rare.
It's very rare.
Mine is everything.
I would say
Private, personal.
99% of the population is one phone and they use for everything. So
You-
this
you
is very
don't
dangerous.
stop,
This is very dangerous.
And here,
Yeah,
Brazil,
of course. So when I am home, it is switched off. I never use my
see?
work cell phone because I don't need it. I have a telephone on my desk, and that's enough.
see?
When I'm going to a meeting, I can
That's right.
forward the phone call to a colleague of mine, and then somebody will take this phone call if there is a phone call. There is no need for me to be available 24 hours.
This
But
is
that's
a-
why. Sorry.
No, we are highlighting this because this is a very big difference between
Yeah.
the two cultures.
Yeah.
And I think this is very extreme.
Yeah,
course
it's
it
a
is.
both
Because
sides.
you're working in various time zones. For instance,
Yes.
for you, it's like Sunday, but it's like Saturday, but for us it's still Friday, and we need to contact you, and then you have the time zone, and perhaps we can miss some very important communication. Right?
Yeah.
In Brazil, you are connected like him. You are connected 24/7. This is crazy.
Of course it is.
This is
And-
great.
and-
So
and-
I think this is something nice to highlight this difference, and then everyone can think about it.
Yeah.
What you're doing with this technology, because it's like a hammer. You can hit a nail or you can hit your head. You can kill someone with a hammer. It's just a technology.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you do with the technology that makes the whole
Yeah,
difference,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I remember, so because of the time difference, sometimes I read emails from you on a Saturday, because I check the emails on my mobile, on my private mobile, because I'm better with its handling of my private usability, of my private cell phone. Then this one in my pocket, I had this one in my pocket. So, and I answer him because it's very special, but I never do it with all.
You're very special.
You are very special.
Yes.
You are very.
Highlight this.
Thank you very much. It's not easy to hear that. Half of the people who are calling me don't want to say that. So it's
This
good
is
to hear.
very difficult to hear from a German.
Yeah, I really have
Because
to.
because the bar is very high, like because they want the perfection, which is impossible for a human being, right?
Yeah.
So it's very rare to,
No,
to
I never
hear
heard it, so-
a compliment or a praise.
And I worked a long time with German. I was representative from SMU.
Yeah, so we
Was that so? It was a
we get in contact.
Important moment here.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
So we are celebrating that.
oh,
Thank you.
you can see the shine, right?
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. I know it was not.
I'm a
But
grandson.
thanks to them, because Messi Essen was really open for Leo, a special challenge to Leo.
Very special.
He helps a lot. This is the Chinese-German guy, Chinese-German.
Yeah.
But he opened the doors for me. And for us, just quick, was really important to be at Schweizenschneider. Because our show, like you know, it's divided. We have several sectors. Schweizenschneider is welding and cutting.
Yep.
But here we have Hannover Mess, Euroblast,
Yeah.
Emo, Schweizenschneider. And we need to sectorize it. So here in the upper part is all the welding and cutting area. If it wasn't Schweizenschneider, we were not able to sectorize it so good because we had the present there. A lot of Brazilians go to your show and they bought our show there in Germany.
Okay.
So it was really important. That's why I thank also them for this opportunity.
And I was really ashamed, or I am ashamed. I had no time to meet him in Essen.
But you have a lot to do.
No time. And this is completely different to here.
No, but
So
I give him my time.
you are, yes, you are in
trouble.
trouble and you are busy, of course.
No, but it's
you have
important,
always
yeah.
time enough to say hello, give me a
But
quick
that's
hug.
why I say cell phone. I
Are you
help
fine?
everybody.
And then you go away. And I couldn't do that when
But you have to
during
walk
my
a lot.
show. I'm walking 25 kilometers every day. Appointments.
But to be honest,
More or less
Schweizenschneider is
useless.
the double from the show. It's double how much square meters?
We had 44 something
44?
net.
Net, then it's like the same
44.
show, but just welding.
Yeah.
We have lights. So it's
And
crazy.
A bit more than 856
Yeah, it's like our
exhibitors.
show, but just welding.
FEMEC is in its fourth edition, right?
Part of the show.
How is it? How is it doing in your point of view?
Great. Was
Great.
crazy. It was a crazy year. Because of several, we have the pandemic. You know,
Don't talk about
for
the pandemic.
exhibition was crazy, right? Like we had more or less, they had more, but to speak in the, not the exact number was in 10 millions. It's much more in our hands that our clients gave to us. And we don't deliver the service that we have to do. And this was crazy. So 2022 was recovery. 2023, we pay our last bill. So this year, it's like the first edition after pandemic that we can say now it's going on. And we have 8 pavilions. This is crazy. And then a reduced team because internal. And first day, but with several attractions, new attractions. We have the welding part. There's an energy part, it's also new, so
I
it's
saw it.
sensing energy. This is the older one, but it's also important. And then the intralogistic, we saw that. It's crazy to make that.
Yeah,
She makes
I know.
shows. To put everything together on time.
Congratulations.
And one point important, just to share the difference between shows in Brazil and Germany.
Yeah.
And that's expensive. How long do you have build-up for Schweiz und Schneiden? How long takes the build-up?
The setup time, 14 days.
14
2
days.
weeks.
2 weeks.
And it's not so much
Except one hall.
But it's not just so much for Germany. You have normally longer, but 14 days. Okay, we have 5 days. 5 days to put everything together.
We have the same for the MedPack show.
Huh?
Big machines,
Where?
heavy machines for the MedPack show.
It's
a
crazy.
The metal
It's not-
packaging
it's not a
show.
build-up.
5 days.
It's not a build-up. It's a war operation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a war.
It's a war operation to put, because it's 20,000. I don't know. The end 16,000 kVA that you have to put at once here, and all the machines are working.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's not just making shows, and you are here. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And a small detail, they will call you. It's not just the machine is not working. My chair is not there. They will call you. So
I need
I'm really
electrician,
happy.
my socket doesn't work, and I lost my exhibitor pass.
Yeah.
And where's the
So it's not
restroom?
there.
And
So who has exhibition? At the
I
exhibition
am
time,
here.
don't have life.
I think
That's
you.
why I have a lot. I was just showing, just to be curious. We'll check. She called me this. Like this in 10 minutes. So everybody this.
Wow.
But I will have trouble when I go out there, but then I call and say,
I think
once in a
you-
lifetime.
You both guys need a big hug, because we really need
No,
this.
she needs more. She's director. I'm just a salesman. To be a director of the show, the responsibilities, it's crazy.
Way higher.
You can say. Because the
Yeah.
investment from each company, it's millions
Yeah.
in her shoulder. I'm just selling, but she's responsible. I can't say it.
yeah.
What do you feel about that? To
Yeah.
be responsible. It's not easy.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of
Sometimes it's
money.
good, most of the time it's bad.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah, and what you can say about shows, sorry to, but more or less half of them, the strategy of sales or survivor of them for the whole year or for 4 years isn't the show. So the expectation are really high. So and this are in her shoulder, more or less on mine. So you are responsible for the survival of the company, not just you. A show, it's this really strategical for the whole year of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is really strong if you think about it.
Yeah.
But
So I have to work hard.
But I can say, so today I had to walk around here, and it's a big compliment from my side. It's a fantastic show, very good stand construction. The infrastructure is great. The restrooms are really clean, and they are looking really very, very good.
It's good that I take a
The
make a
people are
report.
very friendly and helpful. You have several entrances, and they are looking all very good and very nice. So it's really a great show. And
really happy
it's
to
my
hear
pleasure
from
for
you.
being here. It's really, really good.
I will not
I
cry
didn't-
now, but
I
it's
didn't
almost
expect
at this
that.
level.
You
Yeah.
I have no experiences with a Latin American show. I didn't expect that, but it's
Yeah, that
a
you
little
heard a lot.
over-
That you heard a lot.
it's really a little
People who come
overblech.
from Europe, I don't expect that, because Brazil is bad in propaganda. What you said outside.
It's the same in everywhere.
Yeah, but it's
everywhere.
crazy
Nobody knows
because-
about the Deutsche Bahn situation, for instance.
Believe me,
But
everybody
because
has
Germans
yeah.
send good propaganda.
Exactly.
We send it back.
The level in Germany is really very high, and this is my biggest challenge. I like this word today, challenge. And everybody is complaining, less visitors, less exhibitors, less square meter, less this, less that. So we had to postpone the show. We had 6 years, no Schweiz und Schneiden show.
Hold on.
And I need to stay in touch with my clients over 6 years.
Wow.
In 2017, we had 1,031 exhibitors from 46 nations, I think.
Ooh, that's great.
And this time or last year,
you have to go.
last year we had 856 something. So it was less exhibitors, and we had less square meters, and we had less visitors. So we had around about 40,000 visitors from 126 nations. Everybody is complaining it's less.
Less.
At least it was a great show.
That's great.
It was a big
Smaller,
party.
but good.
It was not really small, so the complete fairground was sold out.
Okay.
That's
It,
good.
but
But
it
it's
was
smaller.
a fantastic show. Everybody was so happy to meet each other, and it was so emotional for me. Everybody knows me, and so many people. Christina, and I got a big hug and kisses and everything. After 6 years, because it's a big family. The welding industry is a very big family.
It's a small family, right?
It's definitely a family, and this was my feeling. And the same happened with the metal packaging industry, and they are completely different. They were really completely different. But when we meet after 6 years as well, and we had to cancel the MedPack show in 20. It was not postponed, we had to cancel it. And again, 6 years, no MedPack. It's every 3 years and twice every 4 years. It was the same situation. And I was standing in the halls, tears in my eyes, and I was so proud, so fantastic stand constructions and all these nice people. And when we canceled the MedPack show, I got so many emails from my clients. It was the best decision, and thank you that you inform us so early. And we will say, or we will stay together in 23. Everybody was really emotional, and they did it. They did it all. They all came back 6 years later.
Wow!
It was a fantastic experience. And this makes me really proud.
You're telling this, I remember something that Cláudio told me a few months ago, because our companies is online companies, like we have a big presence on social medias, for example, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. But once Cláudio told that the life, a lot of time, they are offline. And everything that you're telling us right now is something that happened offline.
Feelings.
No, this is offline.
This
exhibition is offline.
Exactly.
That's
This
nice
offline.
for exhibition.
Yeah.
It's an offline.
Yes.
You have time. Here you don't have time for selfies.
Yes, and behind this, there is a lot of things that people need to do. That's not only their advertising they're going to see on LinkedIn, Google, Instagram, for example. Yeah. But that's the thing that I realized, yes, I need to do this, I need to be I need to be a little bit offline, like to talk to people, to understand how things happen.
Yep.
Sometimes in the company, for example, it's the first time that we are in a Messi, I guess, the first time. Maybe second one, but not like with a space like this.
Really
and
nice, by the way.
Nice, isn't it?
Yes, that's the we thought twice about come to here, it's gonna be good for us or not, and it's been like for me right now, it's the first podcast we are talking to people here right now at this fair, and it's been amazing, with people with a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that to learn to us, and I think yes, we need to invest more this, we need to keep our company growing online, because it's important today, our presence. Sure. But it's not everything, You need to put our foot on the field, and walk and talk to people, and it's been amazing because I'm seeing in all our conversation that it's important this, being with people, different country, and outside home.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example about that. We will never have this conversation via Teams.
No,
for instance,
never.
let's book a call. And what's the agenda of the call?
Yes.
What's the reason of the call?
Yeah.
And why to have this call?
Yeah.
So we'll never have this kind of organic chat.
Yes.
Original, what I'm thinking about while he was talking.
See?
Exactly.
We are here for more than 1 hour.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh.
So
1
we
hour
say
and
we don't
20.
have time.
Yes.
We do have time. The
problems.
point is
Yes.
what we do with our time.
Of course. Yeah.
And you see how organic is that, right? This is human.
Invest
We are
in
just exchanging info and complaining about Deutsche Bahn.
You will never go to Germany again. She will never
Yes.
do it.
No.
So it's amazing, and I realized that it's our first podcast in English, our first podcast with a foreign person, and it's our first podcast with a woman as well.
Oh, wow.
Our first podcast with a woman as well. The first one.
Sorry for that.
No,
It's the opposite.
Yes,
It's the opposite.
Then
Yes.
you begin really high.
Yes. Guys,
Congratulations. After her, just Angela Merkel.
Oh, no.
Anga.
No.
I
You will meet my colleague. 100 Mark when you are in China.
China?
Yeah, because I'm on vacation when the
I would say
Beijing Asmani show starts.
I would say that Angela Merkel is way better than Olaf Scholz.
Of course.
Way better.
Yeah. Believe me, we are all very
Don't
unhappy.
go inside politics.
No,
Yes.
don't talk about politics. I'm not good in it.
Guys,
It's not the best idea. Let's talk about Deutsche Bahn.
Deutsche Bahn is the icebreaker.
Of
It's the
course.
icebreaker.
it's going to be the highlight of this podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Deutsche Bahn and the rest.
so
Yes.
two
So-
words of the day, Deutsche Bahn and challenge. Right?
Yes.
And Planung.
Yes.
Plano.
Und wir suchen auch.
So I know that you were afraid. Oh, what's going to happen at the beginning
Yeah.
of this podcast? I think that's be amazing because the time just passed and you didn't see the time going away. But it's time to finish this.
Of course.
You know, and I'd like to say thank you so much for being here with us. You know, and I think like the right foot. I don't know the best word in English to say that, but with our first international podcast with a woman in the German person, that a country that we love so much. We have been there 3 times last year, and thank you so much. And if you have something to tell to our audience, one message, go ahead, please.
It's great to be in Brazil, and I like a podcast in the Brazilian way. It's definitely fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you that I
Congratulations.
was invited to be here. Thank you very much.
What about you, Manuel?
I could just even more thank you. I was not expecting this like her, but it was crazy. But it's crazy and really good. Really
Yeah.
nice. Something I little ashamed or
But you
a
don't
little
need to.
bit, but
No,
was
you
crazy.
don't
Really
need
good.
to.
Thank you very much. Congratulate.
You did good. You did good.
Not so bad. Not so bad. Not
Was
good.
it fun?
Really fun.
Okay,
Really, for
so
me, it was great.
We nailed.
Then, congratulations.
What about you, Cláudio?
It was a very big pleasure to be here, to get to know each other. And for sure, my last message is, please invest your time in this kind of organic conversation.
Yeah.
Because this is something that the artificial intelligence cannot replace.
Yeah.
This is being
Appreciate
human.
it. Yeah.
So I think that's my message.
Of course.
Pessoal, obrigado vocês aí que estiveram com a gente. Vamos colocar toda a tradução aqui também. Espero que você se divirta, como a gente se divertiu. E acompanhe a nossa série na FEMEC. Esse é o primeiro podcast só, mas vários outros virão também. Forte abraço, nos vemos no próximo podcast. Valeu.